guys, my name is Kaylin. I also go by kaycreigh, and I am your coach of the LA Spice, the spiciest draft team there is. And welcome to week 8 of the WBE. This is going to be the team builder for Randolph and the London Bisharps. The LA Spice is currently 5-2, and the London Bisharps currently are 3-4. He has a super threatening team, as you guys can see up on the screen right now. And we spent a lot of time prepping a brand new, never before seen team for this week. It's fun. You guys will get it later. But yes, I am joined by...
I'm going first this time, so I can say that there's no one else. It's just me this time.
No one else.
Definitely the only Jamie Boyd in this front office call.
The only Jamie Boyd.
Yes.
And hi, I am Barish, known as Bill at VGC. And today we will guide you through the team builder against the London Bisharps.
Sure.
Yeah, actually, let's look at the team. Dragapult, Terrakion, Volcarona, Thawtie, Delibird, Noctowl, Vaporeon, Magnezone, Marowak. Well, you can read it off, but Slower and Hatterene G-Max to finish it off. I think both Jamie and I agree that this is one of the scarier draft teams there is. It has so many options. Dragapult, Terrakion, so much offensive pressure straight away.
Can I take a second?
Sorry?
I have to just say, the scariest draft team there is. All right, okay.
Okay, just to finish that up, the only team that matters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Anyway, the scariest. Okay.
I ruined your flow. It's my bad.
Yeah, anyway, I was saying that both Jamie and I agree that this is a really scary draft, a really nice team composition. The Magnezone with Volcarona, Terrakion, and Dragapult for the offensive pressure. Thawtie, great support Pokemon, little Rillaboom there. Randolph has really has used Delibird a lot in the past. Great support for Dragapult with Fake Out and Ice Shard to activate your own weakness policy. And also, for whatever reason, Randolph is a really big fan of the move Memento, which KOs your own Delibird but lowers both attack and special attack by 2 stages of one of the opposing Pokemon. So he uses that to cripple down one Pokemon, limited the damage output while getting a fresh Pokemon in, which is a great way to pivot around a little bit. Yeah, once again, we look at the biggest offensive threat on the opposing team, which is Dragapult and Terrakion, and we want to figure out how we actually beat it. And I think both Venusaur and Ninetales, once again, the spice is real. They have to respect our Sun mode, and we expect that Dragapult most likely carries Safety Goggle this week. So it can safely Dynamax, doesn't have to fear... Oh, we could actually go for Hypnosis again, now that I think about it. But yeah, it could be Safety Goggles, ignore any Sleep Powder shenanigans, and just max Airstream the Venusaur, for example, to do solid damage. Dragapult is also amazing against our Dusclops, one would say, because Helping Hand boosted Max Phantasm picks up even the bulkiest Dusclops. And Helping Hand can come off Terrakion. I think Delibird gets Helping Hand as well. Vaporeon does. And yeah, I don't know all of the Pokemon that have Helping Hand on his team, but he has some options to boost up that
You have
max.
pretty much just said all the ones that get Helping Hand.
Okay, thanks for confirmation there. Yeah, so Max Phantasm with Helping Hand support, KOs Dusclops, and if he has Safety Goggles, he doesn't even have to fear a Fungus redirection lead. I mean, don't fuss with Lilgas, but if you have Safety Goggles, you can just ignore it for the turn at least. So we expect Dragapult, Terrakion as their lead, with some tags to beat our Sun mode as well. Terrakion could be Lumberry to prevent sleep, it could be Rindoberry to take an attack from Venusaur, and And there's also the combination of beat up your own Terrakion to boost attack by 4 stages and then attack and basically take 1 knockout there straight away with Terrakion. So that is like one lead. It has options against Dusclops with the Phantasm, and the Safety Goggles helps against the Sun mode as well. Other Pokemon that we're expecting are Volcarona. It's an amazing support Pokemon, has Rage Powder and Will-O-Wisp as support moves, and also Strugglebuck. Also isn't really hit super effective by Max Quake from Venusaur, or like any attack from Venusaur really. So Dynamax Volcarona in return with a Max Flare and Sun can deal a lot of damage to Venusaur. So that's one threat. We never really saw Rillaboom as a big counter to our team, so I don't really see Thwackey coming this week either. And then the other Pokemon that we could see coming are Magnezone with Sturdy, could be Weakness Policy Sturdy, takes 1 hit, activates Weakness Policy, and retaliates with a strong move. Marowak, great support in Trick Room especially. It is slower than Tyranitar and Marwile in Trick Room, so that could be one option. And then the Trick Room mode itself. I think he will have a fast and a slow mode, so either Slowbro or Hatterene, maybe even both. Should round up the team. So something like Dragapult, Terrakion, Volcarona, Magnezone, 1 Trick Room set of Marowak. That's what we expect. And then let's jump into our team for this week. Very unique, you haven't seen that before, to counter what we think he's bringing.
Perfect.
I had myself muted because Bella was coughing. Everything is fine.
Okay.
You can do some pops, a few more pops, just to really hit home that we're trying to transition into our own team.
Yeah. You want to do a couple more?
Should I just talk more about? Sorry. Do you want me to talk a little bit more and then you cut it together? Is that what's happening?
No, it's fine.
No, I can do. I was just not I didn't get the instructions straight away.
No, it's all good.
Still falling apart. It's all still falling apart.
Yeah. We'll just. All right. Oh, I.
What's happening?
Amazing.
I made the wrong thing invisible once more.
No, you've made the wrong thing invisible again.
Yeah.
There.
Okay.
Everything's fine. Okay. Look at that. Wow. Seamless transition.
No, sorry. Not the team from last week. Can we have the one from this week, please?
Oh yeah. Yeah. This is it.
Oh, wait a minute. Boys, we have seen this before.
Yeah,
Care to
doing
explain?
Exactly the same thing. Yeah, we're going to lead with the Jetpack Salazzle and Dusclops once again, and we're going to try and sweep with the Arachnid in Trick Room. So
look at that.
Just get fake out with the Salazzle. We're going to pretty much get Trick Room against any lead they really can go for with the Dusclops as well. But this Salazzle is a lot slower, a lot bulkier than the other one, because we want to be able to Will-O-Wisp the Terrakion in Trick Room once we set it, because we do want to be setting the Trick Room as well. And we'll actually have enough bulk to survive a Max Phantasm coming out from a Dragapult, which is actually quite impressive, given how Salazzle is really not known to have much bulk at all.
Yeah, that's insane to me, how you can think of a Max Phantasm from Dragapult and then something as frail as Salazzle. Look at the defense, that's 68 HP, 60 defense, and it just takes the Max Phantasm from Dragapult. That is very impressive in my opinion.
It upsets me that it's so frail because she is so thick. Show me where she's frail, because I don't know. Anyways,
just put her in front of a Xerneas and you're sorted.
Then we're good.
So we got Will-O-Wisp over Thunderwave this time because we want to be burning things like the Dragapults and the Terrakion as well, because they are two of the biggest hitters on the team. So yeah, Thunderwave's not really going to be helping us out too much because the Dragapult's so fast anyway that Thunderwave won't help out our slow mode too much. So yeah, Will-O-Wisp is going to be a lot better than Thunderwave would be.
Yep.
Yeah, and because there's no fake out user on Randolph's team, we can run a slower Salazzle we don't need.
Except for that Thwackey.
Yeah, but we still outspeed that with 147, I suppose.
Yes, yeah, I speed creep that, and then I speed creeped speed creeping our Venusaur as well with the
yeah. And yeah, there's one more thing about Eject Pack this week. like last week it worked out perfectly with the max darkness, and this week, like if you have a Dustclops on the field, it's basically screaming, hey, use max Phantasm on me. And the defense drop will just allow Sreyas to switch out and bring in a Araquanid straight away.
Yes. And this gives me a second chance to actually be like, Ingrid Cortez, mother to the Spy Kids, use the jetpack. And I wasn't able to do that last week, so. Yeah.
So the Araquanid hopefully is going to be able to sweep in Trick Room, because we're going to be rock tombing it again with the Dustclops to activate the weakness policy. And we're going with pretty much the same Dustclops, except this time it is going to be Focus Sash instead of EVO Light. So, yeah, the Helping Hands Dragapult can KO any Dustclops that we can have with the EVO Light, so if we have the Focus Sash, then we're going to survive whatever the Dragapult wants to throw at us.
Yes. Except for, I think we did say that there is a situation where if he brings a special Dragapult and doubles into Dustclops with Shadow Ball and an attacking move from the Terrakion.
From Terrakion, yeah.
And that's a bad time. But
he probably should be physical against our team. We've got a Tyranitar that gets a Sandstorm boost to its special defense. You need the Airstream really to hit the Venusaur as well for super effective damage and outspeed it in the sun, so it really should be physical.
Yeah, and if you think about it, if you're the player with Terrakion and Dragapult on the field against Salazzle, which is not really threatening to these two Pokemon, and the Dustclops that clearly wants to set up Trick Room, then you would either go for a Helping Hand Max Phantasm there. If you go for like Rock Slide, you will just be hit by a Fake Out, so Rock Slide's not coming through. And
Right.
I think the other opportunity would be, he says like, oh, this is a free beat up for me. So he could go beat up his own Terrakion and max Rockfall the Dustclops to take the knockout this way. But then again, Focus Sash, we survive and, which is really nice, set up Trick Room, then go down to Sandstorm, which allows us to switch into Araquanid. We don't have the weakness policy this turn, but we have like massive threat on the Terrakion with Max Geyser, and we can just burn the Dragapult and limit its damage output. And if it goes for something like Max Airstream to like hit Araquanid for super effective, it's just activating the weakness policy. So it all came like, it's pretty much the same plan for game one.
yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to just lead out the Dustclops and frisk the items, but then, go into this Araquanid to be
I will
rock tombed,
remember.
activate its weakness policy. Yeah, you better
I
remember.
will actually pay attention to the frisk.
Please do.
And
So, yeah,
not forget.
Araquanid just did so much work last week. We're planning to do exactly the same thing with this Araquanid this week. Just activate the weakness policy, blow everything back.
Yep, and we do have Wide Guard because he has two Mons that pretty easily spam Rock Slide against us. So that over substitute this week made a lot of sense.
Yeah, and things like Heat Wave from the Volcarona, maybe Struggle Bugs as well.
Yes.
If they want to reduce the Venusaur special attack as well. So
I said
not
yes
too
there.
many opportunities to substitute. So White Guards should help out in a few opportunities, especially if we go for a faster mode where we're not trying to just immediately sweep with the Araquanid and Trick Room. White Guard would help out even when it's super slow as well.
Right.
So I think I did this so that it can survive. Was it a Magnazone's Analytic Max Lightning and also a Max Life Orb Max Rockfall from Terrakion? Both of them are in Dynamax.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, sorry, I took the words right out of your mouth there.
And when we say that we are bringing the same team, I mean, we're bringing the same four.
There's a move change.
Yeah.
No, we got Frenzy Plant over Leaf Storm because you need Frenzy Plant to actually get the KO on the Terrakion. So
Yes, even when Dynamaxed.
yes, so still going to be doing very big damage. It's a little bit bulkier this time because we only needed enough speed to outspeed the Dragapult in the sun, and then the rest could go into that bulk for that nice Life Orb number as well. Having the 9, so you take the optimal amount of recoil, and then just hitting the bump with the special attack so that we can do as much damage as possible.
Yes. And I mean, we have sleep
I
powder.
I said a lot of EVing things there that people probably don't understand, but you know.
It's interesting though.
Yeah, I was definitely just speaking a second language right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just to like pick up on that, it's really interesting to me personally how you have so much room for creativity with your EV splits. Like, think about it. Normally, an attack would just pick up a KO on Nyzo, right? But if you just twist the IVs a little bit, add some HP, like you're limited within the range of how much EVs you can put in. But even in this range, you have so much room for like still taking a knockout, but then surviving a move, which like you just have to play around a little bit. Of course, in a draft league, we know exactly which Pokemon we're facing against, which attacks we have to like take, and it's not always as easy because usually you have to prepare for a whole meta game. This is the beauty of like WBE. We know which 12 Pokemon, 11 Pokemon our opponent could bring, and then we can EV specifically for those teams. But if you ever have to find yourself in a position to like build a team, run some cards, like play around a little bit, look how much speed do you actually need, how much special attack to pick up the KO, and then how can you like distribute the rest of the EVs into your bulk to lift some attacks. So that's like really great in my opinion, how you can play around and achieve so many different things.
It could be a little bit scary going from singles where there's just a lot of 252, 252 going into something like VGC, where a lot of the times you'll have EVs in like 5 different stats with weird amounts of numbers, but it does create more optimized Pokemon as well. And I hope that you've seen that as well, because we've survived on a few HP quite a few times so far throughout this WBE. So it is worth it.
Those are the point spreads, indeed.
Yes.
So we are bringing the same team. However, there's a bit of a change because that's right. We're probably actually going to be using T-Tar this week. Not just, there to look pretty in the team preview. He's going to be putting in some work.
Some big work with the choice bands. Like it's pretty much as much damage as the Tyranitar can do. Especially with the Lash Out. If we face down the Dragapult, Lash Out is the perfect counter to it, because both of its stab max moves reduce your stats, and then Lash Out doubles in power. So if you get 150 base power Lash Out with a choice band, then that Dragapult is definitely gone. So
amazing.
It's going to be a very good counter to that threat, to that Dragapult. We just need to keep it safe from the Terrakion as well. We'll just get obliterated by a close combat. But if we can avoid that, Tyranitar could definitely be putting in some good work. It's a really good counter to things like the Volcarona as well.
Yes, and we do have Unnerve this week because we kept running into the situation where it seems like Terrakion wants to have a Rindo Berry or something like that, or even things having Lumberries, that sort of thing. So in that situation, we actually bring, let's say, a Sun lead. Let's say that Ninetales is also coming. And so you can switch Reptar in without getting rid of the Sun, so we're still fast enough to outspeed the dragon, the fast dragon, that one.
The Dragapult, yes.
Thank you. And then we can take the KO on the Terrakion without it eating its Rindo Berry. It's a good time. We appreciate when things don't eat berries that keep us from killing them.
Yes, that would be ideal. And what did I do? We survived a fake out into a Woodhammer from a Twaki. That was what the EVs did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, I didn't tell you until now, so you would have to be psychic otherwise.
So that does mean that you're at least on some level respecting the Twaki on the team.
I mean, I was trying to find some calc, and it's like Terrakion, nope, can't survive that. It's like Magnezone, oh, we're already surviving, but then that was in the Sandstorm, and they didn't tell me that we were unnerved, so... But then, yeah, I found a calc that was optimized, so I went for it.
Amazing. All right, so that's her. Him. Everything's fine. And then Foxy Spice, who, I don't know, was slightly alluded to, is obviously coming this week. Actually, a very similar, if not the same set. I think that she was holding a choice scarf last week, too.
I think this is the same, yeah. Just tweak TV spreads as well. We need to outspeed a Dragapult. We also need to outspeed our Venusaur, outspeeding a Dragapult as well, so that we could potentially break a Rindo Berry on the Terrakion with the Solar Beam and then follow up with the Vine Lash to KO. Because the other way around, it may just about survive. it's going to be going for Scarf Will-O-Wisps into the Dragapult as well. If we can get the burn onto the Dragapult, whether that's with the Scarf Will-O-Wisp from Ninetales or if it is from Salazzle as well, Dragapult's just not a problem anymore.
Yes. Which is what we like to see.
That is what we want to see.
Yeah. And that's the whole team. Any other like last thoughts on it or anything?
I just make sure that you take note of the items.
I will.
Yep, that was going to be my one as well.
No, it's just really funny to see in the team preview or game 1 starts and we frisk the items, and then it would take 3 or 4 turns and Kay's still wondering what the item on the opposing Pokemon could be, and then she always gets it herself. She always realizes at some point I saw that, I know that.
Yeah.
But sometimes knowing that 3 turns earlier could maybe make a difference in a game, so we try to point it out without stressing her out too much to let her know
At one point, we're just going to put pressure on the Dusclops because,
we put so much pressure on Kay that...
Thank you for acknowledging it. No, I write it down. I don't understand where it gets stuck in my brain, where I write it down, I'm like, okay, it has this item. Uh-oh, do you think it has a berry?
Yeah, exactly.
She's going to say that when we have the unnerd Tita on the field as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, well now I won't, now that I've been called out and publicly humiliated.
Oh no.
We will see.
Okay, but I mean, other than that, I guess that's all that we have to say today. Thank you guys so much for listening to this. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to be doing the premiere of the battle tomorrow, so I would love to see you in the live chat. Go check out everyone in the front office. Their socials are down in the description below. And take it away, Jamie.
Yes, so we all hope you are having an amazing day, and tune in next time for more shenanigans. Bye!